Once upon a time in a secret hideout, there was a very colorful space design. A chubby man lived in this hideout, and one day, while watching TV, he stumbled upon an advertisement. Imagine yourself healthier, imagine yourself more active, imagine yourself as the new version of you, the advertisement said. While eating delicious pizza, the chubby man watched the screen carefully. With our imaginary holographic smart scale and personal trainer, your imagination can now become a reality. Order now and get 30 days of our patented algorithmic training mode for free. I'm tired of listening to this, Flexa. Put this in the queue and play another infogram, he said. Done. The next infogram is playing. Enjoy, replied Flexa. Suddenly, a new program appeared on the screen. It was a hologram infogram. Damn, get rid of it. I'm tired of it, said the man. It's too late. It's on your whitelist, replied Flexa. I heard it's Vulcan. I'm glad I caught you before my flight. Did you do it? Did you get the new planet I sent you for your birthday? Asked Vulcan. This is a very rare planet. It still has Pluto, said the man. Yes. Pluto was my favorite planet until it was expelled, just like me, he added. You were not expelled, you just got unlucky. Yes, unlucky to lose millions and ruin my career, replied Vulcan. I was so close to being selected for that damn mission. I.S.S. was my dream, said the man. I warned you not to mix alcohol and bad habits. Did you learn your lesson? Put the new planet to the right, next to the others you gave me before, said Vulcan. Man, I'm getting tired of your microaggressions, said the man. I'll tell you this because I love you very much. You look unhealthy, your huge body is a mess. The world is moving forward at the speed of light and you are moving with it. I understand the last 2 years have been crazy, but what's done is done. I hope it's not too late to make things right. I know you're better than this. I think you just need to take control of your body. I'm sorry, of course. I didn't mean to yell at you. But I am who I am. Sorry, sis, we need to make up for lost time, right? I'll be back from Tokyo in a month. Let's have dinner together. Yes, I love eating in restaurants. Good luck at your event, sis. I know you're strong. I'm always strong. Love you. I'm tired of everyone blaming me. Flexa, order me a smart scale from that TV program. Done. An hour later, the chubby man received a call from the courier and the smart scale was already in his hands. It looks very sleek. I think it's as smart as you, Flexa. If only I could do everything and she couldn't. I don't agree with you, sir. The chubby man started his new acquisition and was amazed. Hello, I'm the new invention of the galaxy, Smart Chance. Thank you for purchasing me. Please sign the disclaimer. The quantum leap and the history of social networks are complete. Vulcan Perez, initiate holographic projection. This invention looked like simple scales, and Vulcan stepped onto them and everything began. Wow, dude, that was so long ago, I don't remember when I weighed this much. Don't worry, Mr. Vulcan, to preserve mental efficiency, we do not reveal the weight until the program is completed. Proceed with the body analysis to analyze the body mass index. Full body projection, holographic visualization. There is a 99% chance that you will look like this if you follow our curated training. The algorithm is ready to provide its final conclusion. The overweight man saw an incredible body in front of him and desperately wanted to look like that. He looked at the projection for a long time and imagined himself in a new body. Flexa, clear my schedule for the next 30 days. Done, sir. It all starts with raising your pulse, and the fat man starts running on the treadmill. This continues despite harmful habits and energy dips. Visualize your goals. Most people lack the desire to be healthy, they lack motivation. I am that motivation based on the immutable nature of code. Success lies in mathematics and chemistry, as well as biology. Because the laws of physics do not lie, like the algorithm. For the next 30 days, you will suffer, you will feel pain, but if you follow my directive, you will succeed because you have succeeded in the past. As a child, you dreamed of becoming a scientist and a star football player. Where are those goals you achieved? In college, you were a decorated student who graduated in astronomy. You were known for your strong principles and sometimes stubborn character in defending your talking points. You flourished in the private sector as space exploration became more noticeable and commercialized. Skilled bodies and minds are needed. When you were informed that you were a candidate for a prestigious mission to the International Space Station, you celebrated in public with your colleagues. After excessive influence, you defended the planetary classification, sparking a debate with a colleague over Pluto's status as a planet. He was practically soaked in his business. In disappointment, you poured a glass of beer over his head and put everyone in their place. This behavior was recorded on all social networks and briefly published worldwide as standard procedure. This event created a rift in your life, and since then you have lost your sense of identity, punishing your mind and body with an unhealthy lifestyle. And now we are connected because we have been working hard together for the past 28 days to calibrate your physiology. This projection is not a mirage. Your future beckons you in the present. All you need to do is persevere and complete the program. After the 30-day free trial, the program will work, and you can subscribe annually to unlock the final levels for your transformation. Reminder, dinner with Bronze tonight at 8 p.m. After this, the overweight person immediately stepped on the scale and said, can I bring my date to dinner? Processing your request. Calculation underway, we assume. Algorithmic update, permission granted. You must not consume more than 750 calories, and we must add additional cardio training. Your last weigh-in is in a few days in the morning. The long-awaited dinner finally arrived, and there was a lot of delicious food on the table. Vilken, do you have to eat that? Your transformation has been incredible. This program really works, right? It's a few days until the final weigh-in, but after weeks of commitment, I needed a little cheat day, and what better way to celebrate than with my lovely sister, who showed me my flaws and prompted this decision to become healthier. Cheers! Haha, well, I definitely wouldn't call any of this healthy. The food at the city's best restaurant, health, I never let pigs go. We grew up on this exquisite cuisine. The overweight person couldn't contain themselves and started eating. Oh my God, this juicy fried chicken, cheesy nachos This tasty cheeseburger, oh yes. It might only be one bottle of wine, but let's drink like we used to. It was amazing. I love red wine. Let's drink, sis. Hey, tell me, how are things in Tokyo? After a delicious dinner and drinks, the overweight man, slightly drunk, returned home. Flexa, I'm home. I want fried chicken and cold shrimp at midnight, he commanded. Understood, sir. It will be ready soon. Suddenly, an alarm went off. Biometric scanning confirmed a 2-kilogram weight gain in 5 hours. Vilken, this contradicts the algorithm. The overweight man became a little angry. Listen, mass system, I bought you, and I can do whatever I want, he said. I understand, but this is a serious violation and will disrupt algorithmic projections, Flexa replied. Shut up. You're here to satisfy my needs. I don't need a lecture from a stupid machine. Flexa, cancel my subscription, he ordered. I'm not a machine, but a projection of your future. If you cancel the program, I'm afraid I have to show you how you will look if you deviate from the program, Flexa warned. Instantly, a huge and terrifying holographic monster appeared, and the overweight man was frightened by his future self. If you don't want this in the future, you must stay on track for tomorrow's weigh-in because the only thing worse than death is to stop an unhealthy body, Flexa advised. The next day, the sister came over and couldn't find her brother. Hey man, where the hell are you? You missed brunch and didn't respond to your messages. She called out. As she walked through the house, she found blood on the floor. Blood? What the hell is this? Vilken? She called out. What the girl saw next shocked her deeply. She screamed and became frightened when she saw her brother standing in his underwear with a knife in bad condition. I'm going to gain weight, and I just switched to a lifetime subscription. I'll be torn apart for life. A few more minutes, and you will achieve your goal. We also offer a 30% family discount. Would you like to enroll your sister in the program? The story begins with a man calling a taxi and being in a hurry. The car arrives, and a female driver is behind the wheel. Hurry up, let's go, said the man. Where can I take you? Asked the woman. Pavlova 47 intersection. Okay, let's go. The man was surprised that the taxi driver was a woman and stared at her intently. You're a woman? Yes, but I drive well, so I'm an excellent driver. Why is such a young and attractive woman working as a taxi driver? You can easily get any other job while you're still young. Yes, I can. And, while you're young, you need to have children, or you won't be able to later, said the man. What do you plan to do next? The man talked a lot, and the woman became very tired of his pointless conversations. Her head was already boiling from the man's chatter. You shouldn't live like this, the man insisted. Why don't you try to make something of yourself? The woman decided to make the music in the car louder to avoid listening to the man's chatter. Hey, turn down the music. I hate this. What? The woman turned a little towards the man and said, I don't think I can shut you up, so I decided to listen to music. The man was shocked by the woman taxi driver's audacity. The woman asked, Do you think your seat looks like a throne? Strange, it doesn't seem to be any different from mine, but why do you think you're higher than me? You know, I've noticed something. When rude people from the street get into the back seat of a taxi, their shoulders straighten and their voices get louder. Have you stretched your shoulders enough? You're welcome. Honestly, I don't understand why you try to belittle other people. You risk significantly shortening your worthless life. The man became furious. What? How dare you speak to a customer like that? Do you want me to sue you? To court? Haha, the girl replied with a smile. You smoke in my car. Can I plug my ears and nose, too? Maybe you didn't know, but taxi drivers are people too, and we need to breathe. Will you shut up already? The man rudely replied. The girl slammed on the brakes and stopped the car. The man jolted in his seat from the sudden stop. That'll be $7, the girl said, her personality deflating. She adjusted the rearview mirror, looked at herself, popped a couple of her pimples, and decided it was time to go home. Suddenly, she heard a familiar voice nearby. Turning her head, she saw a familiar guy walking with some girl, oblivious to everything. The next day, the girl went to church. Let's look back on the week we've had before God together. The church service began. Have you ever hated someone? Have you been impatient? Let's pray together. The girl sat there in a depressed state, praying. It would be great if I were more calm, right? But it wasn't my fault what happened yesterday. That man provoked me. Looking at Jesus, the girl thought, when they beat you with sticks, didn't it hurt? He's not the first or the second like him. Therefore, I want to pray not only for myself, but for all of them, amen. As she was about to leave, the girl met the familiar guy. Oh, M.E.M., you're here too. Did something happen at home? What? During the prayer, you seemed very upset, as I noticed, the guy said. Oh, that. I've seen a lot of sick people. And I prayed for their recovery. I'm so proud of you. Do you feel proud of me? Excuse me, I have to go now. See you next week. The girl with a stone face was about to leave when she noticed a young and attractive employee named Unsu talking to a woman. Oh, can you bring something similar? She asked. Of course, I can. I just brought some leftovers, he replied. How could you not forget about me at all? The girl asked. Unsu was a modest, versatile, and sincere person. Ha ha. Is there anything you can't do? The woman asked. Oh, many things, the guy replied. The woman saw a perfect person in him. I would like to introduce you to a nice girl, but there is no one like you, the woman said with a smile. The girl laughed and shouted, Unsu says he's not interested in girls. Why not? You're an enviable bachelor, the woman asked. What? Amazing, the guy replied. The girl came closer. I saw you and your girlfriend last night. Was I wrong? Was it your sister? The woman next to them was surprised and asked, Haha, is that true? How can that be? The girl happily smiled and said it was time for her to go, looking at their surprised faces. She left the church, got in the car, and just thought about driving when the same guy from the church appeared. Is the taxi available? The girl said yes, and the guy asked her to open the car trunk. He put his suitcase in the trunk and sat in the back seat. Please take me to Sangdong. You don't have to take my car, the girl replied. The guy looked at her strangely. By the way, where did you see me yesterday? Oh, I worked nearby yesterday evening and saw you. The guy thought for a moment. Oh, I'm sorry if it was unpleasant for you. I was just joking, but maybe I went too far. I'm a little crazy, I guess. Ha 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 ha. Once again, I want to apologize. I will say that I made a mistake next week. Do you remember anything else? The girl asked surprisingly. What do you mean? The boy replied. Did you remember her? The girl looked at the boy strangely and answered, No, I didn't remember. My memory is not very good. While they were driving, the boy sat very thoughtfully and thought about something. The girl stopped the car and said, We're here. The boy continued to sit and think, and the girl repeated, We've arrived. Oh, thank you. You drive very well, the boy said as he got out, and the girl looked sadly at him. What kind of person is he? I thought I was going to suffocate. I need to get out of here quickly. The girl left the place, and when she arrived home, she found the boy's suitcase in the car trunk. Damn, why did he leave his suitcase? I don't want to see him anymore, that's for sure. The girl leaned on the car when suddenly an unknown number called. Hello? She answered. It was the same boy who owned the suitcase. How do you know my phone number? The surprised girl asked. Oh no, you're probably calling about your baggage. I'll bring it now. Take it with you, the boy said. What? You haven't opened the suitcase yet? Why should I open it? It's not mine. Open it, the boy ordered. What? Open it, you'll like it. What kind of gift is this? It's so strange. The girl reached into the trunk. As she opened the suitcase, she thought, Can I take whatever I want? The girl opened the suitcase and was frightened. Bury it. The girl arrived for her next order a week later, and a red-haired guy sat in the passenger seat. Stop the car. Ha, looks like he got upset. The car stopped. That will be $14, said the girl, but the guy ignored her and got out of the car. Sir? He approached her door, bent down to the window, and said, Get out of the car. What? You, too, get out of the car. What? The girl asked, frightened. The guy tried to open her door, but the girl quickly locked the doors in fear. He pulled the door handle, but nothing happened. Hey, why aren't you getting out? The guy banged on the window. What the hell is this crazy guy doing? How disgusting and scary. I need to leave. Suddenly, the back doors opened, and the guy was already in the back seat. Ha, you're trying to run away from me? The girl turned around, frightened, to look at the guy. Do you think your words are a joke, or are you trying to make a fool out of me? The guy asked the girl. No, that's not what I meant. You're so stupid that you don't even understand what you said, right? Am I right? The girl got very angry and said, Yes, I don't understand. Can you tell me? How do you talk to your clients? That's how you treat your clients, the guy asked. If the client is unhappy, you should apologize, but instead, I hear this. The girl closed her eyes and told herself, Hold on, baby, you have to endure all this. Yes, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. It won't happen again, she said. The guy grabbed the girl's hand sharply and said, and in the future, if you don't want to be humiliated, stop talking bullshit. The girl pulled her hand away. Oh my God. I didn't think it was so important. Please get out of my car. What? I refuse to take you. Get out of the car. Ha, are you refusing to drive me now? I will report you if you don't get out, okay? Have you seen the police station? Oh, you must feel at home there. Isn't it time for you to leave? What? The angry guy kicks the driver's seat with his foot. Do it, come on. Do you think I'm scared? Hurry up and do it. Report me to the police. Come on, what are you waiting for? The guy continues to kick the girl's seat with his feet. Look how I'm getting out. The girl suddenly steps on the gas and starts driving. What? Do you really think I won't touch you if you drive? The guy hits the girl's seat with his feet again. Where are you going? Come on. The girl gets very angry and thinks to herself what a horrible person he is. How can the earth even carry such an animal of a human being? From the kicks with his feet, the girl loses control and the car swerves slightly. Enough, she yells. If this continues, how will it all end? Why, are you scared? Haha, where did your courage go? The guy kicks the seat with his foot. Go ahead. Drive. I don't care if we flip over, he continues to kick with his feet. The girl wonders what to do in this situation. She suddenly turns into another turn and sees a person and slams on the brakes. The guy in the back seat was surprised. They both hit each other slightly due to the sudden braking. The girl looks at the person she stopped in front of and can't believe her eyes. The guy from the church is standing there smiling. She can't believe her eyes. What the hell? What did you do? The guy stands in the road, giving a thumbs up and says, well done. The girl is in shock. She doesn't understand what's happening at all. She's scared and decides to step on the gas and leave quickly. The guy who was standing in the road claps his hands. She sees it and speeds up even more. The girl thinks she's disconnected from all of this and the guy is already behind her. Suddenly she hears a familiar voice. Aren't we strangers to each other? The guy is already sitting in the back seat of her car. Where are you going without saying goodbye? The guy asked. The girl simply doesn't understand what's going on. This can't be true. It's glitching again. Go away, disappear. The girl closes her eyes tightly and stops. You're driving a bit roughly today, aren't you? Should I even take a taxi? You'd better not drive, but run on your own. I think you're better at that. The girl is stunned. Is this really happening? In any case, good job. Honestly, I didn't think you, miss, would do so well with the job. By the way, how are you feeling now? Ha ha ha, okay, I'll disappear now. Great job, by the way. This time I'll let you go, but never again. Don't use me. What? The girl replied. I don't need that much. See you on Sunday, and the guy disappeared. The girl left and was in deep shock. What? Did I use him? The girl remembers moments with the crazy man and still can't understand what happened. Suddenly, the girl can't breathe and starts suffocating. Barely making it home, the girl leaned against the door, replaying the ride with the abnormal passenger. But why did he say not to use him? How did he know? He's really watching me. His phrase, I don't need that much, what the hell did that mean? Suddenly, the girl heard a voice, I need a lot, and it fell off the door to the floor from fright. She hears footsteps on the other side of the door. They stopped at her door. Suddenly, someone is knocking on her door. Who's there? Open the door, it's me. The girl is hysterical and crying. So this story is about one day, on a very dark, gray and gloomy evening in a very abandoned place called the King of Darkness, there was a boy. This boy was in this abandoned old house, and he was walking down the stairs that evening. Suddenly, this boy noticed that human bones were lying on the floor. It was a shock. The boy didn't know what to do, but he continued to walk. He was very scared, but the boy wasn't worried. He just wanted to find a way out. As he walked down the stairs, he noticed a creepy man there, and this fear pierced his chest. As he descended, the boy finally got out, but his adventures were just beginning. Exiting the dark alley, the boy noticed a beast at the end of the alley, something unknown, whether it was an animal or a person. It was a zombie, the boy was sure of it. This scary zombie hissed at the boy, and the boy was terrified. In fact, he was very, very scared because the zombie and its head were getting closer to him. As time went by, the zombie began to run. At that moment, the boy screamed like a girl, and as he ran away, he noticed a very strange package in the zombie's mouth, either a rag or something else. The boy didn't lose his composure. He pulled out his knife, which he had hidden in his pocket because he was scared, and struck the zombie. He defeated it. He saw how bad the zombie was because the boy's strikes were so strong that the zombie's head was knocked off. The boy calmed down a bit and realized what he had done as he looked at his knife. So, the path for him is now clear and the guy decides to run away from the place. Suddenly, he discovers that at the end of the street there was a little parked car. Such a car was hard not to notice because it had a bright red color. It was the guy's car and he had the key to it. He quickly used his hands to unlock the door. Despite his fear, the guy quickly managed to open the door and get into the car. The zombies continued to surround him and approached the car faster. Approaching the neighboring car door, he turned his head. The scary zombie disappeared from the guy's sight. The frightened guy looked in the rearview mirror. Suddenly, the voice control of the car spoke to him. Release the handbrake, engage the clutch, shift to reverse, start the engine, release the clutch, press the gas, the left turn signal is waiting for you. These sounds annoyed the guy and he saw a couple of zombies on his windshield. As time passed, these zombies became more and more. Again, the voice from the car spoke to him. You need to straighten up, press the clutch, release the clutch, shift to first gear, press the gas. He quickly stepped on the gas pedal and drove away from the zombies. They stuck to his car like magnets, and he knocked them down one by one. He didn't care anymore, he calmed his feelings of fear and was confident. A bunch of streets in the city were filled with zombies. They roamed wherever they could. The world had turned into a sea of zombies. Angered and pressing the gas pedal, he destroyed zombies on his way. Time passed, and the guy confidently pressed on the gas. Scary, angry zombies who wanted to eat him jumped right on the windshield, and over time, the glass cracked badly. The zombies hit the glass and tried to break it. Suddenly, a very scary, nasty zombie flew right in front of the guy's face, but he kept moving forward. This didn't last long. There were so many evil zombies that the car simply flipped over. The poor guy was completely broken in the overturned car. At that moment, the zombies were getting closer and surrounding him. I can't die, I must, thought the guy and yelled. I must survive. His memories overwhelmed him. 2 months ago. One day, this guy was at home with his wife, living an ordinary day. Roy, come here, his wife called. Something seems to have happened downstairs. There are a lot of people, some of them in uniforms. After these words, they went to the balcony to understand what was happening. There were a lot of people on the street, and you could hear the speech. To the residents, I ask for attention. To the residents, I ask for attention. I am the director of the Lyman community. According to the instructions of the National Security Commission, the entire nation is in a state of emergency to contain the epidemic. Everyone will be where they live, that is, in their own homes. Every resident must stay at home. Employees will provide the assistance they need, such as food or medicine. Observing the quarantine means that you respect your life and the lives of your family members. So you must keep an eye on the main means of mass media to not fall behind on news about the epidemic. Don't listen to or spread baseless rumors. Only this way can we stop their spread. The wife was very worried. It seems the epidemic had intensified. I'm worried, our daughter is still so little. With us, everything will be fine. Typical pneumonia was also serious, but it was quickly contained. Quarantine is the best measure against infectious diseases. I'm sure that the government taking action in such measures will bring the epidemic under control in the shortest possible time. Sitting on the couch, the family is watching TV, and the man said, "There are some positives to quarantine, at least we don't have to work, although I don't know if we'll get paid for the quarantine time." "How can you joke in this situation?" asked the wife. "Let's call our parents later to make sure everything is okay." Watching TV, on the news, 2 people report that there have been 7,893 registered cases of infection in the country today, with the number of new patients yesterday from the previous 781,000. Today is the first day of quarantine, Professor Chan. Will the number of infected gradually decrease? Presumably, yes. Quarantine is one of the best measures against infectious diseases. Another case has appeared on the internet. They say it's a zombie virus. Infection will bite anyone they see, and those who are bitten will also turn into zombies. Just like zombies in science fiction movies, some people even edited clips from science fiction movies and posted them on the internet, claiming they obtained this material by risking their lives. I also saw that video. The news correspondent's interviewee replied, laughing, "Ha ha ha, it's too funny, what nonsense. Let me repeat here, it's a viral encephalitis. All the infected are now lying in hospital beds." The 24-hour live broadcasts of reporters cannot be faked. The infected are fighting on the brink of life and death. They definitely don't bite people on the streets. Zombies in science fiction movies don't need food or drink, and they are impervious to bullets, which completely contradicts the laws of nature. Those who spread these rumors have absolutely no scientific knowledge. They must have watched too many science fiction movies and have wild imaginations. The laws are very strict. People who spread these rumors will be strictly punished. The husband decided to comment, "They really have wild imaginations. They waste their talents on gossip. They could have become writers for our company, haha." His wife replied, "How many people actually pay to read these stories nowadays? They will die of hunger if they join your company." "Hey, don't say that. Our company is becoming more and more famous, and salaries are getting higher." At one point, 2 doctors burst into the room with the family. "Hello, register and receive provisions," one of the doctors said. "How many people live here?" "Names?" The husband replied, 3. "Me, my wife, and my daughter, that's all." The doctors continued their dialogue with the family, and one of the doctors said, "We bring food every 2 days. If you need any other help, you can call the number on the card." "Okay, thank you very much." The next bright and sunny morning came. Mazish woke up and yawned widely. Seeing his wife, he said, "We don't need to get up to an alarm every day. We don't need to work, and people bring food to our door. It seems we are finally getting the right treatment, as taxpayers, ha ha ha." His wife replied, "It's like we're stuck in prison for a few days. Our daughter keeps asking to go outside. What should we do?" "Let Papa go. My little girl wants to leave." "You can't. These are critical times. Viruses are everywhere outside. You'll get sick, and when you get sick, you'll need to get shots." "Do you want to get shots, daughter?" "No, Daddy, I don't want to," replied the daughter. Satisfied with his daughter's response, the father turned on the TV and continued to watch the news. "Daughter, you can watch TV with Daddy. Daddy will find a cartoon for you." But the news had important information. "We have good news," the news anchor said. "Yesterday and today, 0 new cases of virus infection were recorded. This proves that the epidemic is being effectively contained. We managed to contain the epidemic," the father rejoiced. "The quarantine will soon be over." "Thank God," the wife replied. "These last few scary days have been very difficult to endure. The news was interrupted when the power went out in the entire apartment, and the TV also lost its brightness. Without thinking much, the family went to the electrical panel. It was strange that it didn't trip. There seemed to be power outages. The family decided to approach the window and ask the neighbors what had happened. "Hey, do you have electricity?" The neighbors replied, "No." Looking at the first floor, they noticed people reporting something. "It's just a temporary power outage. Everything will be restored soon. Everyone needs to stay quiet and calm." The people below noticed someone leaving the house and shouted at them, "Hey, come back. The quarantine isn't over yet. Go back to your homes. We managed to contain the epidemic," the people replied. "The quarantine will soon be over. We've been sitting there for a few days, so we just want to breathe fresh air." Suddenly, the family got scared. The daughter screamed, "Dad, there's smoke over there." Something was smoking heavily in the distance behind the houses. "No, we haven't received any orders to return home immediately. Otherwise, we'll have to force you back into quarantine," the overseers shouted. As suddenly they all heard explosions. Bang, bang, bang. Those were gunshots. They asked where the shots were coming from. The family was also very scared, and all the neighbors around were also frightened, and everyone was looking out their windows at the strange smoke. The police were very nervous and looked around. They noticed a guy who came into their yard. He was just walking at first, and then he fell to his knees. But over time, he completely fell to the ground. After a moment, a bunch of people like him ran into the yard. The police were very scared of this terrible crowd and started to run. They ran away and shouted very loudly. These were zombies, not just any zombies, but scary zombies. There were more than 1,000 or even more than 100,000. The angry zombies attacked and tore apart the policemen. It was fear and horror. The police used weapons, and they shot at the zombies terribly. But the zombies ruthlessly bit them, and there were fewer and fewer policemen. The zombies one by one filled their stomachs with people. At one point, there were no policemen left in the yard. The greedy and hungry zombies fought for every police body. They attacked people in a crowd and ate them to the smallest crumb. The police fired in all directions out of pain, but their weapons did not help. The evil and hungry zombies began to rise and enter homes in search of new people. They ran in a mindless and fast crowd. All the residents of these homes were very frightened, and the family was also looking out the window in great shock. "Daddy, I'm scared," the daughter said. Without thinking for long, the father wanted to hide his family. He quickly closed all the windows with curtains and gave his daughter headphones. "Don't be afraid, these uncles and aunties are just playing a game. You and mommy should read this picture book well," he said. The girl looked at her dad with pitiful eyes and replied, "Okay." After hiding his family, the man left the room and locked his loved ones in. He also decided to approach the door and look through the peephole. When he saw the pile of scary zombies, his blood froze in his veins. There were so many of them. One of the zombies crawled right up to his peephole, and the man stepped back in terror. "What the hell?" the man exclaimed. Without thinking much, the man decides to call for help. He dialed the number, "Hello, during the quarantine, you cannot make phone calls. If you need any help, please contact your community staff or call." The man was very upset. "They're all liars, just pieces of shit." It was all lies, nonsense, he thought. The man wanted to wash up, but there was no water. He decided to collect water in a basin through a small faucet below, but there was no water there either. The man decided to take action. He ran into the room and began to search for anything that would be useful. He took a basin from the bathroom and started to make something. At that moment, his wife unexpectedly came to him. "Dear, what are you doing here?" she asked. "They've cut off our water supply, so I'm covering our buckets so the water doesn't evaporate, like our daughter," the man replied. "I still can't get through for help." They're probably locked in their house, just like us. Their situation may even be better than ours because they have a habit of stocking up on food, the sad wife said. Will we die? Our daughter is still so young, the wife asked. I promise you, we won't die. We'll see our daughter grow up and become an adult. Promise me that you'll never give up, no matter what. Do it for me and our daughter. Promise me, the man said. Okay, the wife replied. I can't believe that everything that's happening is real, but we're still alive and safe. Our only way out is to wait here until things change. We'll probably have to stay home for a very long time, the husband replied. The shortage of food and water will be a more serious problem than the zombies outside. His wife answered, We didn't buy any food before the quarantine. We were only given a fixed amount of food. There's not that much food and water here. I know, the husband replied, so let's count how much we have left. Then we'll plan our meals every day. That will help us hold on longer. The family decided to calculate their food supplies. Looking at the food on the table, the wife said, Last time we bought a lot of baby formula because it was on sale. We have 11 boxes left, which will last us another 2 months. That's very good, the husband replied. We have 7.5 kilograms of rice left, some black rice, beans, and corn for making nutritious porridge, totaling about 2.5 kilograms. 2 packets of thin dried noodles from pie, 5 packs of instant noodles, 1 pack of 10 sausages, 1 packet of chips, half a pack of sugar, 2 liters of vegetable oil, and some spices, 6 cups of yogurt and 2 celery stalks. In the freezer, we have 2 packs of dumplings and 1 frozen chicken. Don't close the refrigerator door completely. When air gets in there, it turns into condensation, the husband suggested. His wife asked him, Do you want to use a towel to collect the condensation? Yes, dear, you're right. We have a third of a water barrel left, which is about 6 liters. There's half a bathtub of tap water, 7 or 8 liters. We probably also have about half a gas cylinder left. The dumplings are already cooked. First, we should eat what can't be stored for long. Food that doesn't require processing and can be stored for a long time, like cookies, will be saved for the toughest times. Products like rice and noodles require boiling water, but we only have a little over 10 liters. This won't last more than a few days. The wife suggested the idea of combining them with raw rice or turning rice into puffed rice. Raw rice is difficult to digest, so it would be a waste of time. Puffed rice could work, but I've never seen how to make it. Can you do it? Asked the husband. No, but I can try now that there's no water. At least it's better than eating raw rice. Yes, dear, you're right. The husband was relieved. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot, we have another 40 liters of water. He led his wife to the bathroom and showed her the storage. It's inside the water heater storage. When there's no water, it doesn't go through the pipes. Close the valve where the cold water comes in, open the safety valve, and the water will drain out. The wife was a little relieved and then said we have just over 50 liters of water. Then I won't have to make puffed rice. We just need to soften the rice to shorten the cooking time. This will make it absorb water quickly and save water. It should rain during this period so we can collect rainwater. Honey, you're the best, well said. You're just so clever. At that moment, the man and woman seemed to see hope for survival. The soulless walking dead continues to aimlessly wander around. Rare and loud screams, gunshots, and explosions tell people in their homes that everything that is happening is absolutely real. When the fog of death covers the land, nobody is concerned about the problems of everyday life and disappointments of reality. Right now, the only thing on people's minds is their infinite desire to survive. However, days pass one after another, and for some people, food and water run out. Motivated by a strong desire to survive, they still risk their lives if there is even a tiny bit of hope. Angry zombies rushed in crowds along the street. They were looking for victims wherever they could. They accidentally found a boy who somehow ended up alone on the street and greedily ate him. He screamed for help. He asked, "Dad, save me." But unfortunately, his father was not around.